Hello. I just want to come on here and share my testimony that how I was basically living in the world and Jesus saved me. So, um, Let me start off by, I guess, when I was a child. When I was like maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, something like that, um, I noticed that I had a homosexual spirit on me, and I know that spirit had me feeling and thinking that it was right, but I knew it was wrong because I knew back then you couldn't tell anybody that you're a girl and you like girls. So I hid that, and I didn't tell my mom I liked it girls until like I was 17. And when I told her, like her face was like, she wasn't basically trying to hear that because my mom is holy sanctified. Like she's pretty much the only reason I know Christ because of my mom. Thank God that he gave me an earthly mother like her. But after that, after like I guess 17, 18, 19, between there, I was in the world and I was, doing my thing, being a typical teenager. And after high school, after I graduated, I went to the Navy, and I used to smoke a lot of weed in high school, but going to the Navy, you can't smoke weed because they drug test you. So I basically turned to alcohol, and alcohol was like my weed. So I was getting drunk all the time, every weekend. Like I basically became an alcoholic. And when I got out, I only did 4 years, and when I got out, I was still alcoholic, but I was doing, other drugs. I was doing ecstasy. I was popping pills. I did, Percocet. I didn't do like acid or shrooms or anything, but I did like prescription drugs. I did ecstasy. I did Molly. I smoked weed and I drank. And that's when I basically was on like cigarettes real hard. And so after I got out, pretty much a couple of years after that, me and my mom got in a real big fight. Like the living situation, it wasn't because I was gay, but it was the reason why we were just having issues in the household. And she I felt at the time that she was picking her boyfriend over me. So me and my sister moved out, got our own place, and we didn't talk to our mother for years. Like I didn't talk to my mom for years. And she used to be my best friend. Like she's the one that introduced me to Jesus. But being a kid, you don't understand, or you don't want to understand, stuff like that. You just want to, live your life and do whatever you want to. And so we didn't talk for like years. And every so often I will wake up in the middle of the night crying because I couldn't talk to my mom because I was holding a grudge. And I remember crying out like I miss my mom, like crying to the point where my nose was be stuffed up. And I couldn't talk to her. So my mom's always been spiritual. We always, when I was a kid, I used to listen to gospel music. She'll play gospel music all day long in the house, and she'll make us go to church. She made us get baptized. Like, because I say made because we didn't, as a child, you don't really pick to go to church. I mean, some kids do, but as a child, I didn't pick to do that. Like, it was kind of like your parents force you to do certain things. So, after that, after me and my mom weren't talking, I was kind of getting into other things like the new religion. Like, I was deceived. I was one of those people that, people were talking more about, meditation and sage and, crystals and, all this and all that. I never got into the crystals, but I did get into the meditation and sage and all this other stuff. Like, just trying to be, I guess, more quote unquote spiritual. And I realized that, I was doing certain things that weren't spiritual, but I wasn't getting that spiritual. I guess in the new world they call it awakening, but I wasn't getting that spiritual, whatever I was looking for spiritual, I wasn't getting it from in anything I was doing. I wasn't getting it from meditation or the chakras. I just wasn't getting it. Even the sage, like it I might have felt comfortable that moment, but after it went away, like it's kind of like when you smoke weed, you were high, and then when you're not high anymore, it goes away, like pretty much. And I mean, when I smoke weed every day, like 3-4 times a day, like every day. It was to the point where I wasn't even getting high anymore. Like, I was just smoking because it was a habit type thing. And I was looking for I think I was looking for the truth. Like, I've always been looking for the truth, and I never knew what the truth is. Like, I always been looking for the truth, but I didn't know, like, Jesus was the truth. I didn't know he was what I've been searching for the whole time. Like, I've been looking for something, and I didn't know I was looking for him. So, I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe, still dealing with the world. I was thinking to myself, maybe I just need to go on a spiritual retreat or whatever. And, it never happened. And then, I was listening to whatever I wanted to listen to, musical, watching TV, everything that was tainting my spirit, I was doing and didn't even know. Like, certain musics, like, well, not even certain, most of the music I was listening to was tainting my spirit. What I was watching on TV, when I was gathering with friends, drinking and smoking, like, all that was tainting my spirit, and I didn't even know it. So, I guess it's September now, so this past August, like the first week of August, I was on Instagram and I seen, forgive me if I said it wrong, Levion, that part blow up. And it wasn't my first time seeing it blow up. Like, it wasn't the first time I seen it on Instagram. Like, I seen it before, but it was like, something was different when I seen it on Instagram that day. I don't know what it was, but something was different. And I felt, I guess from my mom being spiritual and having a relationship with God, of course she's been praying for me my whole life. So, I felt the conviction. I felt the spirit, like, calling me, talking to me. And all of a sudden, I haven't picked up a Bible in, I don't know I can't remember the last time I picked up a Bible. But that day, I picked up a Bible and I started reading. I want to say it was Genesis because, I mean, where else would I start? I really honestly can't remember what it was, but I think I started in Genesis. And I remember I don't even remember reading all of Genesis or where I started, but when I was reading Genesis, I was bawling. Like, I was crying so hard. Like, I just started crying. I was bawling. I was convicted of everything. It felt like everything wanted to come out of me. Like, I was crying. I felt like it was Judgment Day that day. Like, I was crying, and I just cried out for Jesus. Like, I didn't know. I was basically spiritually lost. I had nowhere else to turn. I couldn't do anything else for my spirit by myself. Like, I couldn't do anything for me to save me. Like, I couldn't do it. And I cried out for him, and I remember crying out for him and confessing, like, Lord, I'm sorry. I've been living in this lifestyle. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm lost. Like, I need your help. I was crying out to him. And as I'm crying and repenting, I'm 32 right now, and 32 years I've never heard Jesus' voice at all. Like, never heard anything close to his voice. And when I cried out and repented, I heard his voice. And when I say his voice is like, first of all, I knew it was Jesus because it wasn't my voice, one. And second, when I heard his voice, I didn't hear it through my ears. I heard it through my heart. Like, I never even thought that was even possible. Like, you could hear, like, sounds or somebody speaking to your heart, but that's what it was. Like, I didn't hear it through my ear. I really heard somebody talking through my heart, which is, I still can't describe, but... And then he only said 2 words to me. He said, follow me. And when he said, follow me, his voice, the only thing I could think that even describes, like, little describes God's voice, the Lord's voice, is it has so much authority behind it. Like, when I tell you, I could have been blind and not knew who Jesus was, and I still would have known that was Jesus. Like, that was the Lord talking to me, because it was no, you can't even say that was the devil's voice or demon's voice or an angel's voice. Like, that was the Lord's voice, and he said, follow me. And it has so much authority, but I think it was soft too. It wasn't like he was mad at me. It wasn't like he was, like, he said it angrily, or he said it like, what are you doing over there? Follow me. Like, it was like he said, okay, follow me. Like, it was kind of, but he has so much authority in his voice. Like, and when I heard it, I let everything go. I was just like, you know what, I'm done with every lifestyle that is not of God. I was done with it. And I just knew that he saved me. Like, he heard me begging, crying. I'm sorry if I get a little emotional, but he heard my voice. And I just thank God that, you know, I wasn't too late. And so after that, the next day I went to go make amends with my mom, and she was so happy to see me. Like, she wasn't even mad that we had a grudge against each other. She was like, I've been praying, I've been crying out to God, telling him, like, I miss my daughters, and you know, I just got out the way and let God, you know, do his thing. And here you are knocking at my door. And I was just like, you know, we genuinely made amends, and we're talking, like, we talk every day now. And he really, like, he really had his hands on me, his eyes on me. Like, I was done, y'all. Like, I was done. And you know, ever since I started following him and, you know, reading the Bible more and, you know, talking to Christians more, you know, it's a pastor that works at my job that I'm currently in, and he was like, you know, you will be all right. He was like, but I just want to let you know that ever since you're not in the world anymore, the devil's mad, and it's basically like a wanted poster in hell for you, because you were supposed to be there. Like, you were in the world, and that's where worldly people go. Like, so he's going to start spiritual attacking you. And I was like, okay. So I didn't really knew what that meant. Like, you know, because this is all new to me. Like, this is all, like, it's not new, but it's new. The footsteps I'm taking towards Jesus, this walk with Jesus, is all new to me. So the devil's really been in my head, especially with the past stuff. I want to say that whatever you're thinking about in the past, like, it doesn't matter. Like, when you confess to the Lord and repented and walked away from the things that you know is sinful and you're hurting, like those things you walked away from, he doesn't even remember it. And the devil's been really replaying everything in my past, and it's like I've been, you know, just thinking certain things like, Jesus will, I don't know, just it's a lot of mental anguish that I've been dealing with. And he's always shown up. He's always shown up. Like, it was one time I was laying in bed, y'all, and I couldn't stop replaying every bad thing I did in my head. And I felt I felt some type of fluid being poured onto me. I'm not kidding y'all. Like, I felt like something being poured on top of me, and it wasn't like physically, like I felt somebody, I could see liquid on me. I felt what that feeling was like. I know something was being poured on me. And then after that feeling, I felt normal. Like, I could go to sleep after that. Like, it was all right. And then it was another time where I was crying to God, and I'm like, listen, I'm crying to you every day. When I'm praying to you, I'm feeling convicted of my sins. I'm confessing everything that I forgot to tell him about. I was telling him every day, like, oh, I forgot about this. I need to repent for this. I forgot about this. And, I'm crying, and I can see like my teardrops on my sheets every day I pray. And then one day I was just like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I'm praying to God, like, I don't know what's wrong with me. And then one day the tears formed into a shape of a heart. And I just knew that was him talking to me, like, I love you, like, you're okay. Like, I just knew that was him telling me he loves me. And one more thing, it was another time that I was going through mental anguish. I was thinking about all the past stuff, and I think that's what, this really is spiritual warfare, because I'm trying to walk with the devil, and spiritually he's attacking me in my mind. So a lot has to do with, a lot of things I did in the past, and sometimes I replay it over and over in my head again. And one day I was going to sleep, and I wasn't all the way asleep yet, but I wasn't awake. I was like, I guess that spiritual plane where you're like half asleep, half awake. And I felt somebody grab my hand. I'm not lying, y'all. I felt somebody grab my hand. And at first I was scared because I didn't know what that meant. Like, I didn't know if that was a demon. I didn't know who that was or what it was, because I couldn't see, but I felt the presence of somebody grabbing my hand. So I waited to see what would happen, after a few seconds, like what they would do, or what would it do, or whatever. So nothing happened. I just felt like somebody was holding my hand, and then I was just like, okay, Jesus, if this is you, squeeze my hand so I know it's you. Like, and I felt Jesus squeezed my hand, and I was just like laying there, like, because I couldn't see him. I just felt him holding my hand. I couldn't see anything because I know I was about to go to sleep. And I was just like, thank you. Like, that's all I said was thank you for holding my hand, because it's hard. It's hard to think about his grace and how much he loves you. Like, you really feel like you're not worthy. Like, nobody's really worthy. We all fall short of the glory, but I just want y'all to know that he's here. He really does love us. And he was holding my hand, and he squeezed it again. And when he squeezed it again, I knew he was letting me know that, okay, he's about to go. Like, but he wanted me to know, like, you're going to be okay. He squeezed it again, like, you're going to be okay. Like, and then I didn't feel his presence anymore. And, this walk is this, I understand when in the book it says, whoever endures to the end will have the salvation, because it really is a walk. It really is a walk with Jesus and trusting him the whole way. And I'm not there yet. I'm not perfect. I was in the world and living in the world, but God had his eyes on me, and I don't know why he picks us, and it's no way we pick him. It's no way we pick him. Like, he really does pick us. Because, at the end of the day, who would pick God? And I guess in the worldly standpoint, who would pick God? Because, sin feels good. It's fun. Like, who will pick, somebody telling you what you can do versus doing whatever you want? Like, he really does pick us to be called apart. And I just wanted to share my testimony, how Jesus saved me, and he really he just saved me. Like, I just felt like it really was spiritual death that I was going through. I was dead spiritually, or I was dying. Like, I was on my last breath spiritually. Like, I don't even know or want to know what I would have did. Like, who knows what, if I, involved myself with demons, witchcraft, or whatever. Like, I don't know what I did or what I would have done, but I know God had his eyes on me. And once I cried out to him, he was there. He showed up. Like, that is not a lie. Like, when he says, cry out to me, look for him, you will find him, you really will. Like, I was looking for the truth, and I'm mad at myself because I made him the last option, but he really is the truth. Like, he is the truth, the way, and the light. He is the only thing that is real. Like, he is the only thing that is real. And I just wanted to share my testimony, how Jesus saved me from spiritual death. Jesus saved me from being in this world. Like, he has called us to be apart from this world, because in this world you will die. If you live in this world, you will die. Like, you will die. And I was dying, and thank God it wasn't too late. But I just know you can have salvation today. Like, you don't have to wait until the rapture, or the day before the rapture, the hour before the rapture. You can have it right now if you want, y'all. Like, you can have it right now. And I pray that if you listen to this, you tell people that, like, he is real. Like, my testimony, he is real. He is the realest thing I ever felt. And he's waiting for you. Like, when I say he is waiting for us, y'all, he is patiently, not getting tired. Like, he's just waiting for us. But when that trumpet sounds, that's it. Like, he's not going to be waiting for us anymore. Like, that was it. He's going to wait till God gives him the key. Like, all right, you don't have to wait anymore. Like, that's going to be it, y'all. And I just feel like, seek him and try to know him before everything is completely gone, because we are in the last days, the last hours, the last minute, the last blink of an eye. We are there, and thank God it's not too late. Like, praise God, it is not too late for me or for anybody else. So I just wanted to come on here and share my testimony, that how I went from being in the world and living in the world to finding Jesus, finding my Lord, finding the person that saves me, that promised me eternal life, that promised me to be with him forever. And if I have a near-death experience, like I see a lot of YouTube people, if I have a near-death experience, I'm not going to choose to come back. Like, there's no way I'm coming back to this. Like, I'm ready for him to come back. I'm ready to be up out of here. Like, all this stuff that's going on, I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to leave. But I know I'm still on this earth for a purpose. And I'm going to try to figure out my purpose and try to fulfill it before he comes back. And I'm going to seek him every day. And I'm going to carry my cross every day. And I know I'm not going to be perfect, but he's with me. He is with you, and he loves you. So I'm sorry if this was a little long, but I just wanted to share my testimony. And God bless y'all. And I pray that you seek him and be on fire for him. Do not be lukewarm for him. Be on fire. Try to learn something new every day about him. Just seek him. I pray that you seek him. And God bless y'all.